I was just thinking about the fact that when I was a kid, I thought that world peace was only decades away, that we were going to achieve world peace in our lifetime. I had absolutely no idea that world governments, America leading the way, were bent on keeping us from world peace. They were bent on stopping world peace and making sure that we couldn't have it. And that's because peace means that they don't have control. Keeping us living in fear is how they keep their control over us. And if the story of the Tower of Babel tells us anything, it's like whether it's a god or Anunnaki aliens doesn't matter. The whatever was in charge of us got pissed off that we were becoming just as smart as they were, and they said that we can't let that happen. So they split us up by race and by religion and confused the languages, as they say, so that we couldn't understand each other anymore, so that we couldn't talk about stuff and come together. And then we would just hate each other based on stupid things like skin color. Oh, you're on the other team. Religion, you're on the other team. And they did this so that we couldn't come together as a species, a human race, and become better than them, the Anunnaki. And or God didn't want us to become gods because he's jealous. Well, that's makes more sense when you look at it like they were aliens doing it, but whatever, doesn't really matter. Either way, they didn't want peace. None of them want peace. None of them want us to ascend and to become stronger, better beings than we are now. We're the only ones that want that. There's lots of cool beings out there in space that also want that, but they aren't in charge of anything here because they're not malevolent and service to self and taking over anything. So I mean, it's we got to do this on our own, right? Like the human race. And world peace is that close because we want it. More than 75% of the planet wants it. More than 90% of the planet wants it. And people are just giving in to their governments. Every time you vote, you're telling your government, it's okay that you want power. You're power hungry dictators. We support you having power as long as you'll trickle out a little bit of freedom that doesn't even really matter, that you're going to take away 20 or 30 years later anyway. People on the left and the right with this delusion that if as long as their political party is in charge, everything's okay, everything's hunky-dory, and they don't have to worry about it. And that then it just goes back and forth with fear every 4 years, every 8 years, and they're harvesting loosh off of us in the meantime. So have a great day. I appreciate y'all watching. Love you. Mean it.